Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm gonna be offering my brief commentary right after this quick clip. Peace.
He was actually on LeBron's show, the Shop, which I thought was really dope. Thought he handled himself extremely well, as he always does, and he was vocal and honest about how that situation made him feel. One thing that he mentioned was just that there's rules to battle rap, and I think that his take on it I respect 100%. What's your thought on that stance?
Well, I think that you can cross the lines of music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, where different things are concerned. I believe life and death is in the tongue. You know what I mean? You can speak some things and live, and speak some things and do the opposite of living. Yeah. So with that being said, and with that being true, then you would want it to be some rules, but that's a matter of choice. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we all, get a chance and a choice every day we wake up.
Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. Yo, when Jay Prince speak, I'm all ears. Straight like that, man. I see that name, boy. I be trying to hurry up and click what Prince talking about. Cause he's a vet, man. He's been around a long time. The brother has had people from the DEA trying to, I'm talking about agents, trying to break up his movement with Rap-A-Lot, trying to stop his progress like they did with Irv Gotti, like they did with Suge Knight, like they have done with so many of our brothers who have found success in the music industry. But Prince, being the chess player he is, he actually had the agent who was investigating him investigated, right? So I thought that's major, man. That's major to have somebody who's fishy, right? Who's acting suspect, investigated. That's kind of like what Master P did, where he said with his accountant, he has 2 or 3 accounting agencies or firms audit each other. I heard that. I was like, that's major. That's a major key. A lot of these brothers who having financial accounting problems with these accounting firms, they need to get multiple accounting firms so the checks and balances can be in order. They can cross-reference and check each other. So won't nobody be up to no crooked stuff. But like Prince was saying, it's rules of engagement when it comes to the rap game. That's real, man, because we can cross that line, right? We can get very personal, right? It's kind of like Pac and Biggie at a certain point. Pac dropped that hit 'em up. Say that hit 'em up. Just the lyrical thrashing on that song, man. That's a rough one to swallow. You know what I'm saying? It's like we get a little too personal with it. We talk about doing harm to the person, and no, man, that's too much. Really, we don't even have to diss each other to get money. I don't understand it. If I was a rapper, I wouldn't be out here knocking nobody. I'd be trying to collab with people, man. You can collab and put out some fire, even if you're not on, you're not popular. You ain't gotta diss people to come up, man. Cause that's negative energy. You can come up so much quicker thinking on the positive of your brother or sister. What happened to commending each other? You know what I'm saying? Saying positive things about each other in the rap song. You can come up that way too. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with admiring your brother or sister. And like Prince was saying, the tongue can either lead to life or it can lead to death. Right? The tongue, as small as it is the rudder of the ship. It's that which will ruin you. The scripture says it's not what goes in that defiles a person. It's what comes out that defiles a person. So what we say has major weight Especially when you have the ears of millions of people around the world. That's not a lightweight assignment. So let us all listen to the wisdom that our brother Prince shared with us. Let us all strive to be more positive, and let us all strive to look at the best within our brother or sister. We don't have to get personal to the point where we want to touch on each other, then we want to retaliate and clap back because we in our feelings, and he said this about me, or he said he gonna do this to me, or you know, all this kind of childish stuff, man, that leads to greater conflict in our communities. That's just my few thoughts about this. You know what? I'm a roll a clip of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan also talking about rap beef. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm signing out. Peace.
Could produce bloodshed. Why would they do that? There's a bigger plot here, Ja, and this is what I want you and 50 and our hip-hop brothers and sisters to see, that they feel very threatened by this. Mm-hmm. Do you know who the soldiers are that are dying in Iraq every day? The soldiers in all the armies of the world,
kids.
They're young people.
Kids.
See? Now, when I looked at that movie called Beef, and I saw these young brothers, I mean, what I saw was the strength of a whole new world order coming up. But it's a world order that needs to be raised from the level that we're thinking on to another level entirely. Right. And what the enemy sees is the potential power that you and 50 and others have, and they want to stop it. Now, when I talked with Irv Gotti last week, I think, or 10 days or so ago, the question was asked, Irv, who owns your masters? You know, well, Irv said, we don't own them. I don't know who owns 50's masters. So if, say, tomorrow, Ja got shot down, how will Mom benefit? All the stuff that you have done, all the stuff that you have in the can, it'll come out, it'll sell, but somebody will be making money off of your untimely death. And the fact that somebody shot 50, we don't know who that is, but they did not want 50 to live. To shoot a man 9 times, and he survived that, then there's a God that is the power of life and death that said it ain't time for 50. So when I heard him on Beef say, look, God controlled this. And then he said he must have a purpose for me. Now, have you heard about the beef? And I'm going to use the word beef because everybody listening will know. But the beef between Malcolm X and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the beef that split the nation, that was real. Malcolm grew up a beautiful, brilliant young man, but he wanted to be a lawyer. And when he was in the 8th grade, they told Malcolm, if you became a lawyer, your own black people wouldn't hire you because they don't trust you, and my people certainly wouldn't, but you'd make a great carpenter. Now this is Malcolm growing up in Lansing, Michigan. I grew up in Boston,
Roxbury.
Massachusetts, Roxbury. When I was 10 years old, I played the violin. My teacher said, Lewis, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, I'd like to be a doctor. I want to heal people. She said, oh, Lewis, white people would never bring their sickness to you, and your own people wouldn't trust you as a doctor, but you play the violin beautifully. A carpenter and a violinist. A carpenter can't threaten white rule unless the carpenter is Joseph and he's going to produce Jesus.
Right.
A violinist can't threaten white supremacy. He just play the violin. Now, you more than just a carpenter or a violinist. You're threatening something. When you threaten a culture of white supremacy and you threaten to take the children away from those who have shaped them to be oppressive, man, that means there's danger here.
And they know it.
Yes, they know it.
Because I'm going to bring up an interesting point right now. My new record, Clap Back, I service it to MTV, BET. They're both owned by Viacom. But BET is allowed to play the video. But MTV is not. And reason being is because Ja, you're a big superstar artist, you can't tell the kids to clap back. But I can tell the black kids to clap back.
That's the point. See, now look at this, brother. When I heard your new song, Clap Back, well, I saw you working out. I saw you with war on your chest. I saw you saying, we're going to clap back. What does that mean? That means if you strike,
Strike back.
we're going to strike back. So in the black culture, Ja, we're living now with an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and a life for a life. That's all right for us, because we know how to put each other's eyes out. We know how to mess each other up. So y'all keep clapping back. And soon, when we nobody left to clap back, but you can't tell that to white people, because we don't want our children to hear that. You all do that. But there's a positive side to that too. Because, Ja, there comes a time in every man's life when he's forced by circumstances
To clap back.
to clap back.
That's right.
See? And as a people, we've suffered so much from those who have oppressed us, and our people have told us, don't clap back. We gotta not do that. We gotta love the enemy. We gotta pray for the enemy. See? And we've practiced that for them, but we've never practiced
For
that
ourselves.
for one another. See? Martin Luther King, may God rest him and be pleased with him, he said that he loved the oppressor and he wanted to be nonviolent with the oppressor, and a whole nonviolent movement grew up around Dr. King. That kind of teaching has never been preached in the hood, because we're not nonviolent with each other.
That's right.
We're not going to turn the other cheek
That's right.
to one another. We don't know how to do that. What we do know how to do, clap back. But look, John, can I see the cross, please?
Sure.
Now look at this beautiful cross. Man, and And I know there's plenty of diamonds in that, and they're not fake. I hope y'all got this. This is real.